Which of these would be nice next-door neighbours? Galaxies, hyenas, newlyweds, octopuses or burglars?
That's more of a mime artist than a burglar.
It is, yes.
Yeah. I imagine that burglars don't burgle their neighbours.
Yes, that's absolutely
They go
right.
further afield.
Yeah,
Or
they're
I
nice.
do the neighbours.
They're not
like the
lazy.
neighbours.
That's something in their defence.
No.
It could be selfishness, though, couldn't it? It could be that they just don't want to put their own insurance premium up.
That's a very good point. But you are right. Burglars are very good neighbours in that they're not going to burgle you. Galaxies bad neighbours. So what happens when they reach a certain age? A galaxy stops spawning new stars and they just swallow smaller galaxies. So our own home galaxy, the Milky Way, is expected quite soon. This is, in astronomical terms, 4 billion years from now, to eat two of its neighbours, the large and small Magellanic Clouds, and then about 1 billion years after that, the Milky Way will get eaten itself by the Andromeda Galaxy.
Andromeda, yeah.
Yeah. What about hyenas? Good neighbours, bad neighbours?
Oh, that laughing. Yeah. When Mrs Brown's boy's on, it's probably a nightmare.
That's actually what they do in the studio audience. They don't use canned laughter on that show. They have live hyenas.
The trouble with hyenas is you spend days and days stalking your deer.
Yeah.
And then they just come and rob it off you. So I bet they're terrible neighbours.
You think they're terrible neighbours anymore, Frankie?
I just think, although you'd know that they weren't laughing at you, it'd be hard not to be a little paranoid.
Yeah. They're extraordinary creatures. They're so aggressive. There's so much testosterone in a hyena that when a baby hyena is born, the first thing it does is turns around and tries to kill the next one that's trying to be born. So, I mean, they're really aggressive. However, very good neighbours. Oh. Most people who live in hyena-prone areas, in fact, encourage hyenas because they control pests and they clear up all diseased animal carcasses. And they don't attack humans as much as that photograph might suggest.
That one's wearing a John Lydon wig.
What about newlyweds? What do you think? Good neighbours, bad neighbours?
Well, I enjoy hearing other people making love. I so rarely do it myself these days.
So they did a survey in Colorado and they found that people are much happier if they think they're having more sex than their neighbours. That's a thing. And so having a honeymoon couple move in next door makes you feel depressed. What about gloomy octopuses? Good neighbours, bad neighbours?
They'd have lovely gardens.
Yes and no is the weird thing. It's the common Sydney octopus, but it's known as the gloomy octopus. What it does is it throws rubbish at its neighbours. It lives in Jervis Bay in Australia, and it gathers debris into its arms, and then it uses the jet propulsion siphons on the sides of its body to hurl it at the neighbours. And it's really unusual to find projectile weapons in animals. So it may just be over-enthusiastic housework, I don't know.
Is it because the octopuses next door are having more sex?
The sound of the suckers.
OK, that thought is never going to leave me now. Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the QI channel and click here to watch more videos. Please, come on, pick something.